All right, welcome everybody to the session on what are stock options. We're going to go into that, and again, we want to keep it very basic and simple. We're going to talk about what are stock options, how do we use them, why do we use them, and all the different benefits that they provide. And I know many are brand new, so don't worry. This is the intro. If you join or whatever you do with us, we will build on this. This is just the beginning. So we kind of want to at least let you have a, exposure of what it is, even if you never do anything else, just so you know what it is. And then we'll do the intro to stock market as well in the near future. But just want to quickly talk about what we are. We are Matai Trading University, and we have a free group on Telegram and on WhatsApp, and we've been active for many years now. A lot of us have become really good friends virtually from across the country, and we've become, we've had a community for some years. And then recently, in the last few months, we started the elite section, which is a private group on Telegram app where we are sharing all day ideas. We're sharing actual ideas, and we're also sharing education, which is the biggest thing. So basically, I'll just quickly show you our group. We're on the Telegram app. We have a section on chat. We share ideas by trade members. We have education. We have option flow where we're sharing large option orders through the day. Raj, who's a great trader, is sharing his ideas there as well through the day. And many of you that are members know how great his trades are, and his success record is amazing. Vinod is another great trader we have, and he is sharing his trades there also. And I'll just kind of quickly let you look into our group. So, every day, it's active and it's very vibrant. So, we have our chat where all through the day, we are just kind of sharing ideas. I'm updating on the markets through the day, as well as others. We're giving ideas. We're giving a lot of information. And then also we have ideas that our group members are posting their actual trades that they're taking just for people to learn and look at. So our group members are sharing their trades. I also am sharing a lot of trades here, some very creative trades and different things. So group members are sharing trades. And then we have option flow, where we're sharing, I'm going to talk about this in a few minutes. We're sharing the big orders coming in, like the multi-million-dollar orders and so on. And we look at these and we profit on these all day because we see exactly what's coming in and we'll take a trade accordingly. So we share a lot of that through the day and at the end of the day as well. And Raj is a big part of this as well. And thankful for him for doing this as well. So we share option trades, and I'm going to explain all this later. Don't worry if you're new. And then we have an education tab where we're sharing education. And also we're going to be sharing swing, long trading ideas, short-term trading ideas, not just day trading here in this section. And then we have Raj's ideas, which are his actual ideas in real time. And you will see, if you do ever join, absolutely amazing track record. I mean, he's a rock star, and he's sharing all day his trades and in real time, and then and telling us when he's in, when he's out. And it's absolutely amazing just to see, and the percentages that within hours that he's able to achieve. And of course, anybody, if they want to, we're not recommending these, but they can follow along any trade if they want. So this is happening in real time. And then also Vinod is an amazing trader. He's sharing his trades in real time as well, at SPX, ES, different things he does. So we have a great trader in him. Plus we have we do that. And then and we share news all day, fast and furious. As it comes in, we take advantage of it. We have a halftime meetup every day at noon. We do live trading, market updates, question answers, earnings. We discuss a lot of things. And then we have our education, which is the biggest focus. And that's what I want to focus on tonight, where we're teaching every week a session plus continuous education, on many strategies. And then, any member also gets access to all of our education library, which is the full courses in charting, options, psychology, day trading techniques, patterns, which is huge. So anyway, we're doing all of this in this group, and it is a subscription, but well worth it, I think, because one trade, one idea, or more importantly, one loss we can save somebody from is going to more than make up for anything. So I'll come back to this, but now let's go to what you all came for, which is what are stock options. Again, welcome if you have recently joined us. I do want to introduce my son real quick, by the way. Aveen, can you, I don't know if you can see him, but Aveen is 9, he started trading when he was 9. And basically, the reason I'm showing you Aveen is that he's not, and now he's 12. He's been trading for the last 3 years. What have you been trading? Okay, so basically, he's been trading options, buying and selling options, SPX, SPY, stock options, and also futures. And the reason I just want to tell you is that if a child can understand it, hopefully, we can figure it out as well. It is a complicated topic, no lie about it. It is a hard to understand topic, but the good thing, hopefully, is that we're going to make it simpler where you understand it, because it is a complicated topic. And again, Aveen is my son. Somebody asked. He's my son. He's 12 now. He's been trading for the last 3 years. He trades through the summer, and I'm going to miss him because he's my right-hand trader. And anyway, so I just want to say that anybody can learn. And I've taught many people, even Raj, thankfully, he didn't know a lot and taught him as well as any others. So, absolutely, I enjoy teaching. I love it. It's my passion, and I love this world. So I will get right into what we came for, which is what are stock options? Again, welcome if you just joined. Options, what are they? What do we use them for? So options are financial products, okay? It's a product you buy that allow you to make an educated guess on the direction of stocks and other markets, okay? So basically, this is a product you buy, and this allows you to make a directional guess, okay? So you buy this option, okay? So the option is an asset that you own for a certain amount of time, okay? So you buy this option, it's almost like a lease, okay? You buy this contract and option, and with that contract, you can make money on it based on what you pick, which I'll explain. And then if it goes in your direction, you're going to make money. And if you lose, then naturally you lose your lease, or whatever the cost of that lease was. So they're financial products that allow you to make a guess on the direction of the stock. And the good part is you can choose up or you can choose down. You can play things either way, and that's why we love them. So they allow you to speculate in the markets with limited risk, okay? What do I mean by that? If I spend $200 for this lease or this option, that's the most I can lose. I can't lose more than that, okay? When you buy a stock, you can continue to lose all the way down to zero, but the option is a lease that you buy that will have value, and you can't lose more than that amount, okay? So it has limited risk, but unlimited reward. So if you buy properly an option, let's say a bullish option that goes up, you are going to make money no matter how high it goes. Let's say you spent $200 on it, and the stock skyrockets, and it's worth $1,000. You're going to make the full gains upwards. So that's the beauty of them, that they have limited risk and unlimited reward, which is great because they give you that leverage, okay? So they're almost like a lease, okay? So because they're a lease, it's for a limited amount of time, okay? So you buy a lease, and I'll just show you quickly without getting too deep into it. Let's just say I type in Apple, okay? So all these options, and I'll explain this in the next few weeks, all this stuff, but all these options are available for Apple, and basically they have different expirations. Some expire in August, some expire in September, October, even all the way to 2025. You can buy them for years out. And the further time you go, the more you have to pay for them naturally. The less time, the less expensive. So you can choose your time of what you want to buy, but you have the options to buy any dates all the way into the future, okay? So that is the beauty, is that they are, I mean, well, they're for limited time. That's one drawback, but you have many options in that as well. So they cost less than buying the actual stock. Okay, let's talk about that. For example, if I wanted to buy NVIDIA, which is, a great stock right now, basically NVIDIA, one share roughly is $450, okay? So if I want to buy 100 shares of NVIDIA, I have to fork out $45,000. That's a lot of money that most of us may have or may not have, or we don't want to tie it up. So people buy stock, nothing wrong with that, but it just takes more capital, okay? If I buy 100 shares of NVIDIA, it's $45,000. If I buy 200, it's $90,000, okay? But I could go to the option market. Let's say there's a 2-month contract that costs around $500. Okay, so then I could trade that NVIDIA for the next 2 months with a lower cost, $500, let's say. Okay, so by the way, when you buy one option or one contract, it controls 100 shares of stock. One option, 100 shares of stock. That's what you're doing when you're buying two options. 200 shares of stock, okay? So every one option controls 100 shares of stock. So if I were to buy one option, I kind of am leasing 100 shares for the next 2 months for $500, let's say it's 1,000, it doesn't matter, whatever it is. At least in this situation, I'm tying up less capital. And also, if the stock were to collapse, let's say NVIDIA drops 350. In this scenario, I lose $10,000, okay? In this scenario, I lose my $500 and I walk away, okay? So it's a lease. That's the max you can lose when you buy options, okay? So that's what an option is it's one contract is 100 shares of stock, okay? Now, the drawback, of course, because it is like a lease, it's for a limited time, okay? But as I said earlier, you can buy it for further amounts of time, longer time frames as well, okay? So I'll come back to questions in a few minutes, but I'll go through a little further. So now, hopefully everybody understands just simply you're buying this asset that's a lease on this stock or whatever you buy it on. Oh, by the way, it's not just stocks. They have it available on oil, gold, Bitcoin, many asset classes. So it's a nice thing. Okay, so what are the types of options, okay? There's two types of options. There's a call and there's a put, okay? So what is a call? A call is something you buy if you're expecting an upward move, okay? If you think it's gonna go up, you buy a call, okay? So if you feel like the stock's gonna move up, or you're bullish, you buy a call, okay? On the flip side, if I think something's gonna fall apart and go down, I would buy a put, okay? And that's where it's a bearish trade where you're expecting and making money as it falls, okay? So if you feel a stock's gonna move downward, you buy a put, okay? So easiest way to remember, you call somebody up, okay? You call somebody up. That's the best way to remember. You call them up or you put somebody down, okay? So you call you up, put you down. Call you up, put you down. Just keep saying that a few times and you'll figure it out. So call is bullish, expecting up, put is bearish, expecting down, okay? And again, each option contract controls 100 shares of stock. So when you buy a call, you're bullish 100 shares of stock. When you buy a put, you're theoretically short 100 shares of stock, where you make money as it drops, which is fine, okay? So that's the beauty, is that you can do it either way. You just got to pick what direction you feel, okay? And we'll talk about more about this in a little bit. Okay, so that's what options are. Calls bullish, puts are bearish, you buy it and you own it for a certain amount of time, and after a certain amount of time, it's worth nothing or it's worth something. And I'll talk about, but I do want to quickly note, if you buy an option, you don't have to hold it till the expiration date. You can sell that option at any time. You can sell the next minute, 5 minutes, an hour. It's an asset that you own that you're allowed to sell at any instant, okay? So just remember, people feel like, oh, you have to wait till expiration. No, you can sell that, and you should, once it's profitable, at any time, okay? So that's what an option is. All right, so let's talk about why options. Any quick question by chance on that? Just the basic of it, and I'll go more into it. Okay, cool. All right. So let's talk about why do we do options, okay? Why do we do options? What are the advantages? There's a lots of advantages, okay? So there's many advantages of options because they can be used, and also their advantage, they can be used over purchasing stock, and they can also be used in combination with trading stocks. People feel like, well, I trade stocks, I don't need to know options. Well, you can actually use options to enhance your stocks. And that's why I'm a firm believer in that a good trader, I believe, and a good investor should at least know what they are and know the uses of them, because even if you just own stock or and so on, you can use this in combination with stock to juice it more even, or to protect, which I'll talk about. So again, what are the advantages? One of the biggest is leverage, okay? They allow you to make a risk-defined trade and achieve great leverage on limited capital, okay? So remember, one contract controls 100 shares, okay? So as higher it goes, the more you're making with a limited cost that you paid, okay? So the leverage is the beautiful part about options, and we see that in our group. Sometimes, you know, somebody will share, like Raj, let's say for $15 an option, and he'll sell it in a few minutes for $45. That's a 200% return or 300% return right away. So they can multiply if you're right, and especially on the downside, they really are amazing. So you're getting the benefit of great leverage on less capital. That's the beauty of it. Okay. Why else do we do it? Because they allow you to, okay, so they allow you to have a higher percentage return than invested in stocks and less capital intensive. Also, they allow you to speculation. What does that mean? You can choose a direction. You can speculate in any direction of the stock. So you can choose up or down with an option. You can buy a call, you buy a put, both. With when you buy a stock, it only can make you money if it goes up. But with this way you choose, I can choose up or down, okay? Why else do we do them? They have limited risk. Your max loss is capped. You can't lose more than your original investment. This is different than stocks, which can continue to lose as it falls. So limited risk is a great benefit. Why else do we use them? We can also use them as insurance, okay? So they can be used as what we call hedges or insurance against stock. So just like we have insurance for our house or cars, you can buy insurance for your stocks, okay? And that's what options are. You buy puts, which are insurance for stocks, because if things fall, your puts get really juicy and profitable. So we buy options as also insurance or hedges against our stock portfolio, the whole portfolio or parts of it or whatever we want. You could choose stocks to do it on. You could choose the whole portfolio. So, you know, that's the good part, is that you can do it on different things. So let's see. Question. Okay, cool. So options can be used for insurance. Okay. And a big thing I love options for, and this is something that I think people need to know, is you can use options to make money in downturns. Okay, that's where you make the most money. I know people in the last year when things were falling apart had their best years in the option world because they can buy puts. Okay, so options are an excellent way to profit in pullbacks, corrections, downturns. Sometimes we look forward to these because we make more money in these. Okay, so they allow you to make money in a downturn. Okay, so the fact is that put options give you an extra bonus when things fall. We'll talk about it in the next session, but there's something called Vega, which options have. And when things are getting crappy, put options just explode and get so nice and juicy if you own them. So we exploit that to our advantage. Like today, when things were falling in the markets, a put option was just a $5. I mean, I literally saw a $17 option turn into $500 in like minutes. And you'll see that, and you can take advantage if you know, of course, you know when to buy it. But regardless, and we'll teach you that. So profit in downturns is big, and that's important because we're going to get downturns. We're going to get recessions. We're going to have geopolitical stuff happening. You know, it's not always going to be rosy, you know. So we need to know how to not just be frozen, but rather profit in it. So that's one good thing. Another thing is you can invest in fear. Okay, you can actually buy fear. If you don't know that, you can profit on the fear. You can use options to buy and sell fear. Okay, volatility is what it's called, they allow you to buy options on this volatility, and you can profit in periods of turmoil by buying this fear, and it expands. You buy a fear option, and it's going to expand because fear goes up when markets are falling. Or you can sell fear too. If you think things are calming down, I sell volatility options, and then I profit on the drop. So you can actually invest and profit in fear in the markets with options. Okay, what else can we use them for? Why else do we use them? Another way is you can buy stocks cheaper with them. Okay, so option markets allow you to buy stocks cheaper by what we call selling a put, which we will certainly explain in detail later. But just a high level, you sell a put and you receive a credit. And if the stock were to drop to that price, you are given that stock at the discounted price, offset by the credit you received. I don't want to get complicated, but just know that there's a way that you can actually buy stocks cheaper by selling puts. Like, for example, right now, Apple is falling. I'm doing that on Apple. Let's say Apple's at 170, 180. I'm selling 150 puts. If it drops to 150, I will get it at 150. Plus, I'll get the credit discount for that. And if it never goes there, I keep that credit, and it's like a win-win. So this is another way people do to buy stocks cheaper. They sell puts, okay? And if it doesn't get there, you keep the credit. Some of you intermediate people would know what I'm talking about, and we will explain this, of course, more in detail later. What else? They give us clues, okay? Large option orders give us clues about potential big moves in stocks or the market, okay? So this is one big thing our group is about, is we share the option flow. So we're able to see, okay, there's like, we've caught so many big trades just from this option flow. So, we can tell like NVIDIA has this option for this date and so on and so on. Or we can tell Microsoft, we can see the big $1 million orders. This was at $600,000 volatility orders. Somebody's buying volatility. So we see these orders and we share them and we use them to our advantage. So we're almost like detectives. We're sitting there constantly looking for clues on what's moving or where the money is going to. And this is a great tell. We have the service and we use it to find out, okay, there's $800,000 order in XOM calls. This is the expiration, so on and so on. We use that to our advantage to set up trades, risk-limited trades. And that's why options are great, because they give you clues. We can search big orders every day, and we do, and we use it to our advantage to trade stocks, not even options. If you don't want to, you can use it to give ideas on the markets, stocks, or both. So they're great in giving clues, and we use that to our full advantage. Another thing, option exercise. Okay, when you own an option, okay, you have the right with certain parameters to convert it to stock, okay? So if you own, let's say NVIDIA, you bought a 450 option, okay? And now the stock is at $500. You could A, just take the profit on the option, or B, you could say, you know what, I just want to own the stock. You can exercise your option that you own. Let's say you bought a 450 call at NVIDIA, and now it's $500. And you can exercise your call that you bought for 450, and now you're going to own NVIDIA. You exercise it automatically on the brokerage, and you're going to own that NVIDIA at 450 cost basis. And now you have the stock to play with. You can sell options against it. You can sell pieces of it, whatever you want to do. So the benefit of options, you can choose to exercise and purchase the stock at the predetermined price, okay? So if the option was for like whatever strike it was, which we'll explain, you get to own it at that price if you choose to, and you don't have to, but some people like to. Why? Because perhaps, let's say you bought Apple options and now the stock is about to give a dividend. If you own the option, you don't get the dividend, but you can exercise that option and now get the stock and get the dividend. So people exercise them all the time to get the dividends, or whatever other reasons they might want to sell pieces of it. You get 100 shares, maybe I want to sell 50 and hold 50. So good part is that you can exercise them and you can purchase it at the price that you had set with the calls, or on the flip side, you can get rid of your stock by exercising puts, okay? So you can get rid of you can exercise those puts and get rid of that stock at the lower price that you bought it for, the put for. Okay. So that will all explain in time too, but that's a great benefit is you can exercise options. Another good thing, tax savings. Okay. What do I mean? Okay. Here's what happens. Some of you who may be stockholders may own stock at a really low cost basis. Let's say you had bought Apple when it was like 70 bucks and now it's 180. And I'm like, crap, Apple's in a downturn, it's going down. I want to sell the stock, but then I got to pay all that tax on that capital gains. So what do? Very simply, if you own stock, you can, instead of getting rid of the stock, go and just buy a put or puts. And what happens in that scenario, as it drops, you're losing on your stock on paper, but you're gaining on the puts. So you're kind of protecting it, and you get to keep your stock and not pay taxes and make the money on the put as it drops. Okay. And what I suggest that people do when things fall, buy twice as many puts. I own 100 shares, the garbage is falling. I buy 2 puts, and now I'm making, one is hedging and one is profiting me. So this is a great way that you don't need to sell your stock if you don't want to because of taxes and make money while it falls. You can double up on puts, triple up, whatever you want to do. So that's the beauty, is that it's actually can help you not have to pay taxes on gains you might have, maybe not just the stock, but overall market or anything. So that's the beauty of it. You can use them to kind of cut that off. And you can also use certain options like SPX, which actually have a less tax implications for short-term trading, which we'll go into later, but they actually have benefits because they're treated differently. You can day trade them, and it's not as bad as the regular short-term trading. So anyway, that's another benefit. Okay, what else? Okay, there's no end, especially with the way I try to teach people how to be ultra creative. That's the beauty of MTU, is that we are ultra creative. We don't like to pay too much for anything. We're stingy. We want to be very creative. We want to pay little. We want to make money on it. So we do this. So what else can you do? You can trade sideways markets. Okay. This is basically betting in no direction. You can profit on a sideways market. There's creative strategies that you can use to trade things that are stuck. And I do this all the time. Things are stuck. I'm just selling options and different things and making money. Or there's other strategies, which I'll also show you, that you can just profit while a stock is stuck. Try doing that with stocks. You can't. A stock is stuck, you're just dead money. An option is making money by selling it, or different strategies we call iron condors, and a lot of other strategies will teach you iron butterflies. So you can make money on sideways markets, which is nice. And this is actually where I made a bulk of my gains in many years, is just watching things get stuck and making money. Okay. What else? You can also bet on both directions. Okay. Using option strategies called strangles and straddles, you can bet on both directions. You simply buy a call and buy a put. And if there's a big enough move in either direction, you're going to profit, because one of them is going to really make up for the other loss. So you buy a put and a call in certain scenarios, and you make money on both sides, whichever way it goes, without even guessing like what's going to happen. And we do this a lot too, especially during big events like CPI and all these events that come up, or Federal Reserve meetings. And we make money on one of the sides big time, or both sides many times. So that's another thing, good thing. You can also make extra income on stock that you own. Okay, there's something called covered calls. They allow you to sell options against the stock you own to bring in extra income while that stock is stuck. So covered calls is another great way. If you own stock and it's just sitting there, you can sell calls against it. And I'm going to show you guys a more creative strategy of doing covered calls as well. That way, if it keeps going up, you still make money too. So anyway, that's another beautiful thing, is you can do that versus just sitting on stock. Okay. What else? You can sell options to make money. That's what I do a lot of. Okay. The option market, you can buy them and you can sell them. Selling them, I'll be honest, is more risky. Does take skill. It's not for everybody. It's for advanced or intermediate traders. But we do it. I do it because you can sell it and you can make money. Because I try to figure out, I look at a chart, for example, and I'm like, you know what? I don't think this stock, let's just say, whatever it is, Let's just say Apple. I don't think Apple's going to go down here. So what I do is I'm like, okay, great. I'm just going to I'm going to sell all these puts here, and I'm going to make this money as this garbage stays stuck. And then I'm like, you know what? I don't think Apple's going to go here. So I'm going to sell all these calls up here, and I'm going to make money while the garbage is just stuck. Okay. And that's how a lot of the money is made. These things are stuck. So you can sell options. Again, don't do it until I teach you properly with risk management, which is most important. But I do want you to be aware that that's a huge way to also make money is you can sell options, because options also lose. A lot of options go out worthless. Well, great, good information. I use that to my advantage by selling people spreads with risk protected and so on. Anyway, so that's another great thing about options.
Hey, Sandeep.
Yes.
For those who actually don't know our lingos, can you explain what we call garbage?
Oh, sorry. Thank you. Good. Thanks, because yeah, I call all stocks garbage. So because I treat them like objects. Okay. Now this is very different. Okay. Thank you, Vikas. So I call everything garbage because you know why I call it garbage? So I'm not married to any stock. I don't have any love for any stock. I don't care about any stock. Okay. I don't care if it's Apple, if it's Nvidia. I will play it up. I will play it down. Okay. For me, all stocks are garbage. You'll hear me say that all the time. Use them and lose them. Okay. That's my thing. That's my policy. I will flirt with them, maybe a 1 night, 2 night stand, but I'm done with them after a bit. Done. I don't want to get married to anything except for my wife. So that's why I call everything garbage, because I don't have any bias then. Because people are like, for example, they love Tesla. Everybody loves Tesla. But the garbage, sorry, has been falling apart. And I don't know why people are not playing it downwards, or so on. So the reason I call everything garbage is because I don't have any bias toward it. And also I treat it like an object that I can use for my benefit and dump it on the side of the street when I'm done with it. I'll play it down, I'll play it up. So that's why I call it garbage, if that makes any sense. It helps my mentality. Everything's an object. You use them and lose them. Don't have love for anything. Don't get married to any trade. We always teach that, because if you're going to get married to a stock, you're also going to go through a bad divorce when it drops down the drain. Okay. We don't want any divorces. So don't get married. Okay. So that's that. And back to, thanks, Vikas, for that. Okay, and what else can we do is we sell options, and then we also can repair trades. This is huge at MTU. One thing that no one else really teaches that I know of is how to repair trades gone wrong. So options allow you to repair stock or option trades gone wrong. Okay, you might have bought a stock and the garbage is falling apart. No problem. We have great tools to make it fix the problem. Okay, so we teach ultra creative repair strategies that will allow you to turn a losing trade around and many times profit more than the repair. Okay, Raj knows this too. Like, we'll repair trades and we'll make more money on a trade that's contrarian than the original trade, because we have information we use and we double up on the other side. We're losing. You get us once, we're going to get you twice. So we always double up the other way, and we actually make more money on the flip trade, which I'll also teach you guys in a session. So we teach the ways to how to turn a trade around and actually maybe make more money on the repair. I had to do that today in NVIDIA. I was falling apart. I flipped and added more short trades and made up for that. So many times, the other good thing very unique about MTU, we don't average down. We don't encourage averaging down. We don't encourage averaging to losers. Okay, we don't do that. I don't do that personally. We don't like to add new capital. So many of the repair trades we do it with where we're not adding capital, and many times getting paid to average down in creative ways where we do it for a credit, which I'll show you, and we get paid to repair with no new money. An example, let's say I own Apple at 190, okay? And now it's at 180. I'm like, crap, now I have to get all the way back to 190. I own 100 shares of stock, but I don't want to buy another 100 shares and average down. I don't have that much money. I don't want to throw more good money after bad. We use a back ratio strategy, which I'll show you. and we can do it for a credit, and we're going to be able to break even if it just has half the move. It doesn't have to get to 190. If it can just get me to 185, I'll be even with no new capital, no averaging down. Okay. So I will show you those strategies where we actually average down without averaging down and getting paid to do it as if we can. As long as it's within a reasonable range. If it's way crazy far away, then it's a little harder, but we can still try. So that's the beauty of MTU, is that we're going to teach you even more creative than no one else is going to teach you this stuff. Trust me, I've been around for a long time and have learned this from others, amazing traders. So we have strategies where you can break even with a small move without adding new capital, without averaging down. We don't encourage averaging down because it's all garbage. Remember that. All stocks are garbage. Treat them that way, and work with them and take your money out of them and move on. Okay. So repair service is going to be a big part of our teaching as well. Okay. Another thing that's very creative about MTU, which some of you know, self-funding. Okay. We teach and do trades that are self-funded, self-financed. We use creative strategies to put on trades for minimal dollars or even get paid to take the trade with credits. And I'm going to show you that over time too. Is I don't like to pay for anything for my trades. I like to do it for nickels and dimes. Okay. I'll put on a Netflix trade. It's a Netflix is, expensive stock. I'll put on a trade if I'm bullish on it, let's say, or, I'm going to buy it. It's $430 stock. Ooh, it's quite expensive. The option might cost around $1,000. Nah, I'm not putting $1,000. I'll put on a fancy trade and I'll pay like $10, $20. And if it works out, I'll get a nice return on my investment. If it doesn't work, I'll take my loss and move on. But I don't like to pay too much for my options. You will never see me, unlike other groups, buying $1,000 option or a $1,500 option. You won't see me do it. You won't even see Raj do it, because we know why, when there's ways to do it for cheaper and better with creative strategies. So and I'll teach, and you guys that are in an elite group, don't worry. I know you're like, where's all this stuff? That's the whole plan here, is to start the sessions on that. So we teach that self-finance trades. I'm big on that. I don't like to pay too much for anything. So anyway, that's a good thing we're going to teach you. And then long or short term is another good part about options. You can purchase them for an hour, a minute, a day, a week, or you can do them for years, and they're called leaps, the ones that are further out in time. So that's a great thing, that you can do it for a long time. And again, they can be sold at any time. Once you purchase them, you can sell them anytime, even prior to the expiration date. What are the drawbacks? The drawbacks of options is that they do have a limited time span, okay? That's the fact of option life. That's why you pay less. They expire at a certain date, and every day it is decaying, okay? So it is a little bit of a game with it to make it work and to play with it. And that's why we do spreads and different things. But that's just the part of options. They have a drawback. They have a limited time. So that's the drawback. But of course, the good thing is that we can do it for longer time frames. We can do spreads. We can offset that. And I'm big about offsetting that decay as much as possible too. So that is the drawback of options. I told you the advantages. The disadvantage is that they have a limited time span, unlike a stock, which you can own for a long time. But everything has a give and take. The other part is, of course, you can lose your whole investment. When you buy an options, though it is limited to what you pay, you can lose whatever you pay. So if you put $1,000 into Apple options and it goes down the drain, you lost $1,000. So of course, that's the risk, and you can lose whatever you pay. So that's what you can lose. It's limited to what you pay, but it's a fact of option life that you can lose that. But we teach the importance of risk and money management, which is very important. Don't risk more than 2 or 3% of your account on any trade. Don't put too much, eggs in one basket. Don't put on too much risk, so on and so on. We teach all that and have done courses on that as well. So that's the drawbacks. They have limited time, and you can lose your investment. Okay. And then, the big thing about us is that we are big about creativity. Okay. The biggest thing we're going to show you how to do is be ultra creative to put on your trades. Okay. Because we don't want you to pay too much. We don't want you to lose as much as possible. Yes, I'm not lying. This is a very difficult business. It's tough. It's not easy, But if you learn properly from the beginning, you have a head start. And also, bigger thing is that we can just keep you from losing or taking some losses. That's huge, because that is what is the tuition we don't want you to pay to the market, because it will do that to you. Even as an investor, even if you don't do options, just doing stocks, you still have that risk. Okay, so we're going to teach you those strategies and all that. Let me see if I have any questions now. Okay, now I'll talk about subscription in a second. Okay. All right. Okay, cool. So anyway, any questions verbal by chance on any of this? This is a high level overview. Any questions by chance? Okay. If so, just interject. And then again, so now what's next? What's next? Okay. So what's next is, if you want to learn more, we are going to start the options series in the MTU Elite. Okay. So basically, if you want to try, you could join our service. Basically, you just go to our website. It's sandeepmatai.com. And basically, you sign up for a plan. And the good part about the plan is you get everything in the group. You get the group access, that we have, ideas, mentorship, community, education, as well as the RD courses that we have for you. You get all that with it. So, and then what I'm going to do is, just if anybody wants to join on from tonight's session. So basically, if you join from tonight's session by this Friday, you sign up for 3 months, we'll give you $40 back after 3 months, just as a refund or a credit, just to offset some of that cost. And trust me, that one, like normally when I was doing my courses for sale, one course is $300 normally, $400 for one course. This is all past courses plus the future courses as we start. So for in the 3 months, that you can sign up for a month if you want even and cancel, it's fine. But just saying, just stay for a little bit. Let me show you all this stuff if you like. And basically, we're going to teach you all the strategies, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to teach you. But anyway, if you join on the website, sign up for a plan, you stay for 3 months, we'll give you $40 off as a credit just to help you out. And then you get the full courses upon entry. And the other thing is, what am I going to teach you? I'm going to teach you everything. I'm going to teach you the directional stuff, how to buy calls, how to buy puts, how to read them from a very simple level. I'll start next session next week with the very basics of deltas, thetas, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to teach you all of that, all the Greeks and stuff that's very hard to understand in simple manners. We'll teach you spreads. We'll teach you butterflies, all kinds of fun butterflies, unbalanced butterflies. We're going to teach you non-directional strategies, covered calls, iron condor, iron butterfly. These are all funky words that may not make any sense, but one day they will to you, and maybe you'll use them. We'll cover all that. We're going to talk about non-directional trades. If there's a big move coming up, what can we do? We're going to talk about hedge strategies. We're going to talk about creative strategies, the special trades that I love, where you're doing trades for nothing or getting paid, and you get a big ROI when it works, up or down, doesn't matter. We can do any of these either way. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about earning strategies. What are the different ways to take advantage of that and ways to play it? We're going to talk about advanced topics, diagonalizing spreads, repair strategies, back ratios. I mean, I have so much fun stuff I want to share that I've been waiting to share. And MTU Elite members, thank you all. You've all already with us. We'll start next week. So we're going to go through. I just wanted to give anybody else a chance to get in when we start the series, that way they can join in and we can go through it. So, give us a try if you like. And, if it doesn't work out, no hard feelings. You tried. We tried, but we do want to teach you if you give us a chance. And that's it for today. Any questions or anything? Feel free to ask. I'm not going to get into like specific stocks and things like that this time. We do that all day. And if you're in my Telegram group, feel free to ask there. It's free group as well on the regular Telegram group. So you feel free to ask questions there. Any other questions before we depart? or any member that wants to say anything? Oh, so the membership is basically on the website. It's roughly $99 a month, and that includes everything, the classes, sessions, future sessions, everything. And like I said, $40 back if you stay for 3 months. And for you that happen to be high school or college children, college kids, or sorry, not children, I will just make it half price for you all only, high school or college, because I know, this is new and very different. And I know you're in college, so I know how expensive it is. So just for college and high school kids, if you have them, if you have anybody that you want to join, but you have to prove that you're in college or high school, then I'll just do half price for you all. But everybody else, 99 a month, 49 a month basically for the high school kids or college students. Everyone else 99, and you'll get $40 back. And trust me, I know for a fact that this education is worth more than that. And I know for a fact if you just get one idea or we save you that one loss, trust me. Oh, and somebody asking, do we teach charting? Yes, 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 absolutely. Charting is part of our biggest thing that we are big about. You can't trade options or stocks without trading options. I'm sorry, without charting. We teach charting. We are big on it. So we will teach you charting for sure. If we already have a session, after I finish this option series, I'm going back to the charting series from scratch. So yes, absolutely, but no harm, because we already have. Once you enter, you will get all the charting courses we've already done, which I really want you all to know is like the let me get that back over here real quick. I'll just stop recording.